Hi Man Club, it's Ant Haynes here. Firstly, CrossFit is a crazy sport which basically includes anything exercise you can think of. Running, gymnastics, weightlifting, swimming, cycling, anything you can think of. So I stopped playing rugby when I was 24 years old. I'd already played 7 years at the Hong Kong Sevens. I was lucky enough and very privileged to be able to captain the team. And I basically just kind of fell out of love with rugby. I loved competing in rugby and playing the Hong Kong Sevens and representing Hong Kong, but I just didn't enjoy playing the sport and training for the sport anymore. I felt like I needed a new challenge. One of my friends at the time had introduced me to CrossFit, and I actually thought it was the stupidest sport in the world. I thought it was too crazy, I didn't want to do it. But the challenge of it and the fact that there's always something new to learn, and there's always new movements and new skills and more weights you can lift, it just excited me to try and improve myself. So that's the reason I started, and then I got hooked. Now I've been doing it for 5 years. The difference between working out in the gym, usually very social, you train against yourself. In CrossFit, a lot of the time you are working out against the clock, or you're working out against another competitor, and it's as fast as you can, or as heavy as you can, or as many times as you can. So there's always something you're trying to improve on. Of course, sometimes when you work out in the gym, you have a rivalry with your friends and everything, but when you have CrossFit, you have spectators like we do today, you have people cheering you on, friends and family, and obviously the competitors on the floor as well. And obviously there's great prizes up for grabs as well, so CrossFit just basically makes exercising a competition, which is great. Most difficult thing for CrossFit is, I think for someone like myself who I must have a full-time job, that's very hard to balance a full-time job. Of course, socializing with my friends, my loved ones, my family, but then also balancing training. Usually I train anywhere between 2 to 6 hours in a day. With that as well, I need to eat enough food, which if I told you my food, you would think I'm crazy. You would ask why I don't look this big. But it's just a balancing act. And I think getting enough sleep, recovery, training enough, but then also keeping my friends and family happy, it's a hard balancing act. So I think that's probably the hardest thing. When you see it for the first time, you see people screaming, shouting, throwing things about the room, no t-shirts, no clothes on. But I think the most important thing is, firstly, finding yourself a great gym with a good community, just like we're seeing today. So you want people who are going to support you around you. You want a gym which has a great coach there, someone not necessarily has to be the smartest coach or the most brilliant with programming, but someone that you can relate to and they care about you and they want to support you in getting better. And then the third thing is just taking your time. A lot of the time in CrossFit, because people see other people do it, they make it look easy. People think, oh, I can do that straight away. But actually what you need to do is just like any sport, you start from the bottom and you slowly work your way up. A lot of the time people try to go from here straight up to here and then you get injured, small injuries, that sort of thing. So yeah, small baby steps at a time and just be humble with your progress and you'll get to where you want to be.